Hello, everybody. Oh, which scene do I need? Which scene do I need? This is the one I need. Let's see, how does that sound? That should sound all right. How's it going, Rain? How's it going, everybody? Thank you once again, Elle, for the raid. Very much appreciated. How did your stream go? And also, hello, Mio. Good to see you as well. Hope you all are having a wonderful day so far. So tell me how the sound sounds. Oh yes, Rain. I'm getting to it in just a second. In just a second. Don't you worry. I do know what you're about and what you need. So today's gonna be something. Oh, you're making scenes for streaming too? Ah, well. Oh, you survived? Well, that's good. Survival is key. Hopefully, it wasn't like I hope your wrist wasn't acting up or anything like that. Um, and if so, I hope that it feels better soon. Okay. So we got the countdown started. Now I need to actually put the countdown on the screen. There we go. We need to make a drink or take a drink. Oh well, shoot! By all means, please go take a nap. By all means. Please, by all means, go get yourself some rest. I do appreciate you being here, though. But I can't, oh no. I know how it feels to nap, but you can't. Or to want to nap, but you can't. Anyway, welcome everybody here. Oh, hex, yeah, a lullaby. Also, that anyway wasn't meant to be dismissive. I hope it didn't come across that way. Cause I gotta make dinner at some point and attend an internet event tonight. I get the feels. I've been there too. Do I have everything? Hello everybody again. Thanks for tuning in. So tonight we're gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna take you through the process. No, you know what I like, the soul with the X. I do like that. So tonight we're gonna do something a little different. Gonna take you through the process of doing an exhibition proposal, as it says on the screen. Now this particular proposal is for the Thames Art Gallery in Chatham, Ontario, which just happens to be my hometown. You're absolutely right. That's what my name's gotta be. That's some good thinking. So yeah, we're gonna do a proposal, work our way through the checklist of everything they're asking for, and hopefully it's interesting to watch. I don't know, hell if I know, but I'll try to make it interesting. So what's nice about this gallery is they actually have the dimensions of the gallery space online. So we actually have the floor plans. We don't have to worry about the mezzanine, because we're just working on the ground floor. And this is important. So this is the ground floor and it's got all the dimensions. Yes, indeed, floor plans. Floor plans. Now, I made a blow up of the space that actually occupies the gallery with without all the dimensions. But this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use this to figure out where all the artwork's gonna go. It makes me feel like a Thomas Crown affair, except putting art on the walls instead of thieving it. I forgot about that movie Rain. Thanks for the reminder. So let's go through this list of the things that we need. You've never watched it? I watched it a really long time ago. Really long time ago. It was ages ago. I remember that I liked it. It was pretty good. So let's go through this checklist. First of all, gallery supports artists through the payment of artists and copyright fees, according to the guidelines established by Caro Carfax, not Carfax. Thames Art Gallery also provides installation assistance, documentation, and insurance. The exhibitions are promoted through the design, printing, and mailing of invitations, press releases, art publication advertisements, exhibition publications, gallery tours, the Thames Art Gallery Resource Library, as well as educational outreach. Hey, thank you for that, Rain. Thank you for the glug glug and for the karaoke. Let me turn off this countdown. There we go. So that's kind of the preamble to the thing. And then here's what we actually need. We need to do a current resume or CV, which I have all set to go. 10 to 20 digital images of current work or work intended for the exhibition. Digital images must be numbered and labeled with the artist's name and must be in JPEG or MP4 format. So I have to number all those, so we'll be doing that. A statement about the work and an exhibition proposal, and we're going to be working on that too. Additional support materials such as reviews and catalogs if available. I don't have any reviews or catalogs, so we're not going to be including that. Although I guess I could put in, like, because the Station Gallery puts out a magazine and it had the show in it, but it wasn't really a review, it was just kind of cataloged, so maybe we'll include that. And then a self-addressed stamped envelope if you wish the submission to be returned by mail. What monster wants JPEGs? Thames Art Gallery, apparently. That's all right. I'm glad none of these pieces are digital. So we're not going to worry about the self-addressed stamp because I'm just emailing this to them. I'm not mailing it in person physically. So yeah, that's what we got to work through. So let me pull up Word here, because the first thing we got to do is go through a CV. And this is going to be kind of an educational thing in case any of you are interested in doing an artist CV but don't know what that looks like. I can kind of show you, especially because there's some stuff that I have to add to this, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I don't. So we're going to go through all that. So first, what I need to do is I need to change over to which scene do I need? Oh, I need art tour. That's what I need. There we go. So yes, here we go. Here's I suppose for posterity's sake, I'll blur out my address. There we go. Anyway, so this is our CV. This is what it looks like. It's basically a rundown of your entire artistic career thus far. Now, this is a full CV. It has absolutely everything that I... Yeah, don't dox myself. Yeah. Or what I'll do is I'll just re-upload it, but I'll take that little part out with my video editor so that no one sees it. So what was I getting at? So this is a full CV. So sort of like a full resume that you'd have for a job, right? Where you want to kind of tailor it to with a resume, you want to tailor it to that job that you want. You can do the same thing with a CV, but also having a full CV is fine. You don't want it to be too lengthy, but also you kind of want to show off your accomplishments with a CV more so than with a resume, right? Because if you worked as a say you're applying for an admin job like I'm in, but you worked in warehouses for years, right? There might be bits and pieces of those warehouse jobs that might be applicable to that job, and you would like pick and choose those parts of those jobs, or you might omit them altogether, right? Whereas with this, it's a little bit different. You can have basically every show that you've done. You should kind of limit it to professional practice, though. So, like, if you were a student, like, don't include student shows. It tends to be best practice to not include like anything you did in high school and university. It's more so when your like career starts. Of course, you can put anything you want in a CV, but that's just kind of best practice. So we have education. We have solo exhibitions. It's nice that I got 2 of these now, not just one. That is kind of nice. And then we have a whole whack of group exhibitions. You wrote a CV once. It was 5 years ago. That's fair. Yeah, it's sort of like just like an artist resume for your particular art practice. I mean, CV and resume are kind of interchangeable, like in the professional working world, because I've seen both. Like some places are like, please upload your resume. Some places are like, please upload your CV. But so here we have the collection of group exhibitions that I've been in. I'm probably getting to the point where I'm going to take these bottom 2 out, just to kind of clean things up, because we're on 2 pages now. Then we have the curatorial projects, because I did curate that show. I was part of a juried exhibition where I was part of the jury, actually choosing what goes in. Yeah, exactly, Rain. I'm pretty sure that's exactly right. That sounds right to me. Um, yeah, and then we have professional activities. I haven't done too many of these because I don't think I'm a very good instructor. I don't think I'm a very good art instructor at all. Um, but I did teach a charcoal drawing class once at the Thames Art Gallery years ago, almost 10 years ago. That's wild. um, a piece of my artwork did get into this magazine. It's like a little like art magazine. Um, and then down here we have grants and awards. Where you get to like kind of show off at stuff that you've done. Oh, the C stands for curriculum. The C stands for curriculum. I'm sure you're a fine teacher, but unpracticed. Well, thank you, Elle. I hope so. The people in the class seem to enjoy it, so they seem to have fun, and it was fun. I don't particularly like teaching per se, like at least not in that setting, because you kind of, as much as you try to gear it toward like finding your own style and all that, invariably you're like caught with people trying to emulate what you do, and it can be a little I don't know, it can be a little much. But yeah, so that's a CV, much like a resume, but it just kind of lists your entire artistic practice. There's that 2014 that I was talking about. I graduated in 2014. 2 years after all of my friends graduated university, so I was all alone up there. Well, I mean, I was with a bunch of strangers, but none of my friends were there. So yeah. So that's that's all up to date. So where is my nice little permanent marker? So we just checked that off because we did that. So next is 10 to 20 digital images of current work or work intended for exhibition. All right. And we must number them and then label them with the artist's name. Okay. So, as far as that goes, we have to did I close that one? I did close it. Where is the... There it is. Tag, Thames Art Gallery. So here are our images. These are the ones that I decided to take out. These are the pieces that I wanted to include, but I decided I want to include some of these other ones more. All these ones here. So now it's just a matter of numbering them, and I'm going to do so based on the order that they were in the show. So that means that this one is number 1. So I just realized this is riveting video right now. But hey. That's 02. And then I'll once we're done this, I'll blow all these up and show you what we're doing, like how they all look. I mean, I'm sure we've looked at them before, but that's all right. Okay. Now we'll start on the drawings. Which ones would have been first? Usually they want you to put the names of the drawings in the title of the digital images, but not this time, which is fascinating. That's not usually how it goes, but I ain't gonna argue with it. And then this one's next. And then this grouping is next. So how's everybody's day going? I hope your days are going well. I had a pretty busy day at work today. I had to basically my entire afternoon was all meetings. Which meetings can sometimes be fun, but not usually. But hey, what are you gonna do, right? Oh, no, that's 13. And then $14, $15. And then the last drawing, $16. And then the paintings, the last few paintings, $17, $18, $19, and the final painting. There we go. So like I said, let me actually bring these images up so y'all can see them. Come on. Okay, I just want to... First of all, let's get rid of that. Okay, you know what? That works. That works. Okay, so here we have trying to adapt one of the big 6x4 paintings. So that's the first piece I chose. Just compositionally, I like how it turned out. Big fan of how it turned out. Yeah, big fan of how this turned out. And I think I've mentioned it before, but this is my favorite sky out of all the big paintings. And then this is what is this one called? It's been a minute. I gotta remember. No, reaching out is the one with the phone booth. Trying to adapt. I'll have to look up this name again. Actually, let me just look it up on my phone because I have the list of works in here. Okay, I gotta go to my sheets. And I got a new phone, so it's gonna make me sign in. There we go. Okay. What is the name of this one? Yes, Standing in Place. That's what it's called. So here's Standing in Place. And then we have And the World Moves On, which is the 4-panel painting, which I really like how this turned out. Big fan of how this painting turned out. And now we move on to the drawings. So this one is this one's called Familial. Thank you, Elle. I appreciate that. So this one is Familial. This one is... Man, it's been a minute. First week. Because this depicts two of my friends and I, the first week of university. I met them in university, actually. So yeah, that's first week. And then here we have I feel like such a fraud. I used to know all of the names of these, like while I was working on them. I knew all the names like off the top of my head, but it's been a minute. Oh, this is Formal. This piece is Formal. This one is Cardio, I believe. Yeah, this is Cardio. This one is just titled Love, and that's my parents, my dad and my mom. So yeah, that's Love. This is Side Street. This is my fiance and her friend from university when we went to go down to New Hampshire. Then we have Hair Clip, which this is a fun painting. This is a fun drawing. This hair was really fun to try and work on. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Is it gonna let me? See if we can get a good look at that. Yeah, that was really fun to do. So you try to keep as much white space as possible with this, but honestly, a lot of it is kind of shading it in kind of like a gray color, and then going in with an eraser, like just a pencil eraser, and just kind of erasing out all of these other lines. It makes doing hair fairly easy. There we go. Next, yes, the No Shade in the Shadow of the Cross series. I wanted to include the entire series because, I mean, this was kind of the centerpiece of all of the drawings. Like when you walked into the room, this was the first thing that you saw up on the wall. It's going to be a little bit different just because of the layout of the Thames Art Gallery. We're not going to really have a chance to do that, where it's going to be like front and center. But that's okay. We'll find a way around it. That's kind of what we're playing with today, is trying to figure out how the show will look in that space. And then we have drag, which of course is kind of an abstracted picture of me. And then we have missing siblings, which is my dad's family, him and his siblings, but there are a few missing. And now we have what did I call this one? What did I call this one? Handwritten. Yes, this I called handwritten because this is actually my mom's handwriting that I copied onto the like very carefully, kind of got it as close as I possibly could to the way my mom wrote on the actual Polaroid that this was based off of. And then this is Nostalgia. This is a video movie shop, all boarded up. It was a place in Chatham where you could rent video games, and I mean, we rented video games video games and movies, but we very rarely rented movies there. We mostly just rented video games. Most commonly, probably Mario Party. We rented Mario Party from there so many times. We rented Star Fox there once, Star Fox 64, and that's when my dad fell in love with that game. Absolutely fell in love with it, which is really, really funny. And he got super good at it. I mean, he probably still is. He just hasn't played in a while, but I'm sure he could get back up to speed real quick. Yes, and then this is actually the original picture, the photo that I used for this is one of the final pictures of my mom, which is why I called this piece "Passing." So that's my mom's hand holding the hand of the son of one of my cousins, who was born like right around Christmas, my mom's last Christmas, and yeah, I remember I snapped this picture and I was like, I'm gonna use this someday. I don't know how, I don't know in what context, but I'm gonna use it someday, and this was the perfect opportunity to use it. And now we're into the back room. So this piece is called "To Bury Sorrow." Being a Christmas baby sucks. Yes. I think this particular child was born December 17th, I think. Yeah. My younger brother was born in December too, and another one of my cousins was actually born in December as well. It might have been the same day. Might be the same day actually. And my brother was born on my parents' anniversary because they got married in December, which is interesting. But I guess they kind of wanted a Christmas wedding, I guess. But half presents forever, yeah. My parents did try their best to make sure that they didn't do that to my brother. Like he got his Christmas gifts and his birthday gifts separate. So I think they did right by him in that respect. And then here we have Split, one of the many, the 10 portrait paintings that I did. And this one's called Drip, which this was really fun because this is oil paint, right? The background's actually acrylic, and then I painted oil over it. And then I was like, what do I do? What can I use to make a drip effect that won't because I paint in our bedroom, right? And I didn't want to use like turpentine or paint thinner or anything because that's really noxious, and my fiance doesn't quite like those smells all that much. And by all that much I mean like she doesn't like them at all. I myself am a weirdo. I quite like the smell of turpentine, and I also really like the smell of what do you call it? Paint thinner. I love the smell of paint thinner. Well, thank you, Elle. I appreciate that. It did get honestly, it did get better the further I went, because honestly, like I was gonna have to paint portraits eventually. I mean, I don't have to, but I wanted to, right? I was just too scared and intimidated to, and I was like, well, we have to, we have to for this, for what I want to do with this show. We're finally gonna have to get over that hump. So, I appreciate those kind words. Um, but yeah, I was trying to figure out like how to get that drip effect without using anything like too noxious. And then I was reading a blog. You love portraits, so you were happy. Ah, well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Um, but yeah, I was like, what can I use that's not gonna be noxious? And then I was reading a blog about like how to get drip effects in paint, and then someone was like, use OxyClean. I was like, oh, well, OxyClean doesn't really smell like anything. Like, well, I mean, it smells like cleaner, but it's not like strong like bleach. It's not like super noxious like paint thinner, uh, or acetone or anything like that. So yeah, let me go get some OxyClean. So I got like the knockoff brand, like Oxyblast or whatever it was, because I mean it's all the same stuff. Um, and sure enough, it worked instantly. It worked instantly, and it didn't really touch any of the underlying acrylic, because obviously the oil was still wet. The acrylic had dried, but it didn't touch it at all. So I was very very happy with the result. My fiance appreciated the fact that I didn't use anything like super strong. It did smell like OxyClean in here, but I didn't use like I said, the real noxious stuff. She was not happy with this painting though. She made me turn it around on the wall because it freaked her out. Which I was like, that is fair enough. That is fair enough. I will turn it around. Um, and then finally we have the final piece in the show. Well, I mean it's all respective, right? Like, but this is the final piece that I finished for the show. Effect achieved, exactly, exactly. This is the final piece that I did. Was that all it was? And by final, it wasn't technically the last thing I painted, but it did take the longest to dry. Like when I brought this to the gallery, it was still wet because this is a 4x4, like 4 feet by 4 feet oil painting, just oil, no acrylic. It took forever to dry, and I knew it would, but I didn't think it would take that long to dry. Um, but yeah, it's a picture of yours truly, portrait of yours truly, all kind of mucked up and kind of obfuscated, and you see all the drag marks from the afro pick that I used, the comb. Uh, yeah, yeah. This was another fun piece to do. Really fun piece to do. Um, but yeah, yeah. So with that, we can put down another check mark. Because we have our 10 to 20 digital images. There was no way this was going to be anything but 20. I mean, there are too many pieces in this show to not have 20 images. So, but man, some of the ones that I had to take out, it was a tough choice. It was a tough choice. Like, let me go back to that folder. Where'd it go? Oh, right. I just accessed it. Yeah, like see, these are some of the pieces that I had to take out. Let me get this to be the same size. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, these are some of the pieces that I decided to take it out. It's great when you're sad about taking pieces out. It says you did a great job. Well, thank you, El. And yeah, it's true. It's there. There's. I wish I could just put the whole show, like just submit all of it, but I can't do that. You can't do that. There's too many of them. But yeah, I had to take out this, and I took out this one as well, and this one as well. I'm not gonna name all of these, but yeah, it was rough having to take out all of these pieces. I mean, if my application gets accepted, then they'll see them all eventually, right? Um, oh yeah, there's a close up of the Yo, Zell, thank you for the lurk. Thank you very much for the lurk. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying. Hope you're enjoying the part. In case you can't hear me, I'm actually gonna type that out. In case you don't have the sound on. Oh, you. Oh well. Okay. The little one will. That's good. That's good. That is what matters. That is what matters. Um, but yeah, this is a close up of the No Shade in the Shadow of the Cross series. My dad and some of his siblings, and then some more of the just some more of the pieces. A little detail of that dude falling through the sky. Yeah. So those are some of the ones that I took out. Okay. So next, I think, what's next on the list? A numbered image list indicating the size, year, and medium of each artwork. Okay. let me switch to the chatting thing just to open this up and make sure that I don't dox myself again. I don't think my address is in this, but just in case. Just in case. Okay, it's not. There we go. Okay, so because this is just an internet image. I do have to move this over though. I'm gonna increase the size of this and then just move it up a bit so that you don't see the toolbar. You don't really need to see the artist name. You know who I am. You know who I am. Actually, no, I do need to see the numbers though. There we go. Okay, so I may not spend too much time on this because this is just going to be boring, just looking over like a bunch of names and stuff. I just want to make sure that I've got everything. So these are the 8 pieces that were in the main gallery, the Copa gallery. And now we have the groupings of, so there's the blurred images. There's 18 of them. Picnic, Spectre, Familial, All Dying Sign, and etc., etc. So good, those are in there. And then we have the Omission, which is the ones that were all like, where the figures were white because they were taken out of the image. And there were 8 of those. And then there are 6 of the obstruction. Yep. So those 6 there, which was the silhouetted ones. And then we have 10 of the what did I call these ones? Error, because these were the film error images. And there's 10 of those. Like we saw Side Street and we saw Love earlier. And then we have the Incomplete series, of which there are 8, which is the zoom, like the images that are really zoomed in, like Hair Clip. We saw that. And Get In was the one with the car, like the car door, that I scrolled through and showed you that I was taking that one out. Um, so yeah, there's that one. And then we have the No Shade in the Shadow of the Cross series, which there were 18 of those, which I'm pretty sure I put in some notes that I hid, um, just to clean up the sheet a little bit. And then we have 10 of the what do you call them? Distortion. That's what I called this series, Distortion. So now what we got to do is we actually have to kind of rearrange these a little bit, because after this we have the Regaining series, which there are 6 of these, right? But I have to rearrange the order of these a little bit, and I also have to. Well, the ones that are on the plinths are going to stay like the last. They're part of the last series because they're not up on the wall. But we have to insert something here after overpar. 2 things actually. One of them being all of this, all 14 of these pieces. We have to move up there. There we go. That's 14. Yeah, these 14 here. Because this is the what is the name that I gave to this series of stuff? It's all like the big, like the pieces that are like bits and pieces. Like it's not the whole picture. It's just like bits and pieces of them, and a lot of white space. So those we have to move up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these. Oh. Then we have to cut them out. Okay, you're going to do that. Okay. I'm going to have to change these numbers too. That's all right. Why are these need to be 17. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to move all of this down. Starting with marriage. Actually, let me just highlight the rows. Now the question is it going to let me move them? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, no, come on. 5, 10. There we go. And then I'm gonna have to get rid of all these numbers here. But my name is staying the same, and these are all staying the same. So we can just drag those down. Hello. Are you kidding me? Okay. You know what? I guess we're just gonna type those out again. All right. Cool. Okay. Actually, no. That started out with yeah, those 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, wrong way. There we go. 9, 10, 11. No, that one's not called the couch. Get out of here. 12, 13, and 14. Okay. So, first up, we have handwritten, and then we have 120/80, and then we have oh, what is this one called? I have to look up my video that I did, the video walkthrough, just to make sure I get all these names right. So bear with me while I pull that up on my phone. My videos. The quiet part out loud. There's the alternate sparse. Sparse series. Okay, so we have, yeah, handwritten, 120/80. And then because for whatever reason this was the next one we went to, I'm going to start here and go vacation, eats, formative years, risk, hard times, nostalgia, which we looked at. We looked at nostalgia earlier. No entry, foreign, and faulty practice. Okay, and then there's a blank space here, but that'll be explained in just a second. And then these next 3 that I skipped are titled, oh, what was that, 3? Yeah. Jeffrey/Richmond. And next we have the smiley face. And last but not least, God. There we go. Now, let me just make sure I got this right. What was this called exactly? Yes. So here there are actually 12 images, much like we had to do for No Shade in the Shadow of the Cross. What I have to do here is null memory, because there's 12 of them. There we go. All right, there we go. Because that wasn't in there originally. And that's a series of 12 mostly blank images that are going to be in different states of disrepair that are going to be up on the wall as well. To kind of like bridge between your memory fading and then kind of starting to come back. Now here, I want congregation to be here and then passing. And then Tim and Kathy. Not time, Tim. There we go. Okay. So now we just have to bring these numbers down. First of all, you need to center. No, not conditional formatting. Trash that. Okay. Get rid of the conditional formatting. I want center alignment. Now we can bring the numbers down. There we go. Beautiful. So yeah, there's 113 different bodies of work. And then some of them, like there's 12 pieces in this, there's 18 in this, so it's more pieces of work. There's 4 in And the World Moves On, but I gotta make these 17 as well. There we go. Okay. So there we have it. There is our, we can check something else off. There is our list of a numbered image list indicating the year, the size. Oh, I need to put in the sizes. In medium. Okay, let's do the sizes real quick. Now that I'm thinking about it. Image dimension, yes. So this is 6 feet by 4 feet. And okay, so technically this one, it's a triptych, so it's technically 6 feet by 4 feet, 3 feet by 4 feet, and 6 feet by 4 feet. I'll break that down in the comments. I'll leave that one for now. But reaching out, trying to adapt. Standing in place is 4 by 4. Oh, why is that so different? Listen, paint the format of all these. There we go. So yeah, this is 4 feet by 4 feet. And the World Moves On. I'm gonna have to do something different with that too, because it's technically 4 panels. Actually, let me do that. 4, 1 by. So let me write out 4. 2. I don't know why that did that. And 1 3-foot by 4-foot panel. Gonna have to extend that a bit, I think. Let's do some format painting on that. Let's we do wraparound text. Oh, it's already wrapped. Well, why didn't you wrap? There we go. And we'll just center these. There we go. Okay, and now all of these drawings are 11 inches by 11 inches. So that'll be really easy because you can just bring this all the way down. To Tim and Kathy. Yeah, these are torn images with no dimensions. Actually, you know what? Let me just put NA. There we go. Because none of these have dimensions. And then in the notes, I'll put NA C notes. There we go. And then in the notes, I'll put that they're torn, basically. Gotta eat dinner, so I'm not late for the event. Have a good evening. Hey, thanks for coming in, Ellen. Thank you for the raid again. I always appreciate you. Always appreciate your raids. I always appreciate your company and your comments and everything. Great to see you. I hope you have fun at the event, and I hope that you're feeling better, feeling all right, and that you have fun at the event, and that you're able to take a nice, good, long sleep afterwards. But thank you again for coming in. Really appreciate you, man. Hey, Crystal, welcome in. Hey, you're not late. You're in here. You're right on time. This is exactly the time you were meant to be in the raid, in the stream. But welcome in. How are you doing? We're just going through a checklist right now to make sure I have everything I need for an exhibition proposal that I'm working on. So, yeah. Right now we're just finishing up this bit on. We're just kind of doing a numbered list of all the images in the show, including the name, the year, size, medium, all that kind of stuff. So we're almost done. We do need to center this text again. Center a line. There we go. And now okay, so how do I do this in inches? I think I'll do I think it ended up being 66 inches. Because it's going to be cleaner to do these in inch, even though they're bigger paintings. It's going to be cleaner to do the next 4 in inches rather than feet, because technically these are 60. They're 66 inches, so they're 5.5 feet. But 66 looks a little bit better than 5.5. So these are all 66 by 12. .66 by 12. All of these ones are actually this will look cleaner as inches as well. 24 by 24. There we go. And then this last painting is 4 feet by 4 feet. These are all 2 by 2s and then 4 by 4. So there we go. Also, I'm just going to make sure that all of these are size 17 font. There we go. Well, the up here can be 16. That's fine. There we go. And let's left align all these. I don't know why they're center aligned. Oh, really? 5 by 7 inch guy? Nice, nice. Do you have an image of it? Do you want to pop into chat? If you don't, that's also all right. But if you do, I'd love to see it. Cool, cool. Let me open this up. If you don't mind me showing it on screen, because I am kind of broadcasting my computer screen right now. So if you'd rather people not see it, any tips for taking pictures of glossy paintings? Ooh, that's fine. Cool, cool. Oh, look at that. Very nice. Let's scroll down some. Ooh, I like that a lot. Especially like the little details here with the little like flowers on the grass and these rocks. Yo, as someone who's done rock paintings, like rocks are difficult to paint. So very well done. Especially on this scale too, because you said 5 inches by 7 inches. Jeez. Well done. In terms of tips to take paintings or take pictures of glossy paintings, one thing that's helped me, I don't do a whole lot of like glossy finishes, but the ones that I have done, if you can find a way to diffuse the light a little bit, even as much as like holding up a piece of paper to the light, or like hanging up a shirt or a sheet or something, kind of diffuse the light. Another thing that I've seen people do is taking the pictures outside on a cloudy day. That gives you good diffused light anyway, but can especially help to take down the gloss on a glossy painting, because a lot of it is like the direct light will, like, that's what makes the shine, right? So taking pictures on a cloudy day or in shade, if it's not a cloudy day, if it's a sunny day but you're somewhere shaded, that also helps. So yeah, those are my tips. Actually, those 2 tips are really good for any type of painting that you're trying to take a picture of, or any picture that you're trying to take. Like, try to do it without direct light. Have like diffused light. That's kind of the key. At least that's what works for me. Although don't take my word for it, because sometimes my pictures turn out crappy. So don't take my word for it. But excellent job there, Crystal. I really like that. So yeah, here's our finished list. Everything looks like it's in order. Everything's looking good. There are some of these pictures that I did in 2022, but I mean, I did them in like September and October. It's close enough to 2023. I'm just gonna leave it at 2023. It's a lot easier just to leave it like that. But there it is. There's our image list. So I think I checked that off already. I did. So next, a statement about the work and an exhibition proposal. So I called up the gallery because every gallery is different, right? They're going to want different things. This also isn't really all that different from if you're doing a trying to get a grant, an art grant, right? They're going to ask for these things as well. But different galleries will ask for different things. So they want an exhibition proposal, right? which is kind of funny because you're like, I already am doing an exhibition proposal. So I didn't know exactly what they meant by that. Like the statement on the work, I understood, right? Um, it's interesting to me that they actually don't. I'm going to include one anyway, but they don't want an artist statement about the artist themselves, like the artist bio, right? And I'm going to put in an artist bio. Um, but they weren't asking about an artist statement, which I found interesting. Um, or sorry, they were asking about an artist statement, like the statement about the work, and then an exhibition proposal. And again, I was like, well, I'm doing an exhibition proposal. So I called up the gallery, which is honestly the best thing you can do. Email them, call them. If you're unsure about something within the proposal, just contact the curator, just contact the gallery. They'll help you out. So I called them and they were like, I was like, hey, so what exactly do you look for in an exhibition proposal? Um, like for that particular piece. And the curator there explained to me that what they're looking for is um, obviously the artist statement. They do want an artist bio as part of the proposal. Um, and also, this is where this comes in. This particular gallery, the Thames Art Gallery, wants to see if you know what you want to do with the space. So part of that is getting the layout and kind of jotting out how it is that if you have an idea for how the show should be laid out, if you have any specifications for how you want anything laid out, like lighting or anything like that. I don't have anything that particular in terms of lighting or anything, but that's what they were looking for. So we're going to do that next. But first, I'm going to come over to the chatting home screen just to change things around, just to make sure that I got things around. Because Crystal, you missed it earlier in the earlier in the stream, like very early. This is stuff I never would have thought of. See, I wouldn't have thought about that either. So I'm glad that I called them because I was like, I don't know what else you want. But earlier, Crystal, I was putting on my CV and all that. Like I showed my CV on screen, and I accidentally doxed myself. So I'm gonna have to like Elle suggested earlier. I'm gonna private the VOD, download the VOD, and then cut out the part where my address is on the screen because I forgot I put my address in the CV. So you missed that. So there is another thing that I want to bring up, but I just have to find the text that has the password on it because I did password protect this this particular thing. Let me see if I can find it. Whoops, indeed. I mean, I'm not too worried about it, but you never know. You never know. Ah, yes, the password is quiet. That's what I thought it was. So bear with me while I. Do I have any prints of my pixelated stuff? Right now, what I'm planning to do with the prints is like basically, I have set ones that are on the website, but if you want a particular print of any particular piece, then once I posted it, I can try and make a print of it. It may turn out well, it may not. But I try to I try to take high quality pictures of and with my new phone it'll be a little easier to take high quality pictures of the work. So I think most of the stuff that I have is enough resolution to get a print done. So basically, yeah, custom prints. Now, what I need to do is I need to take some pictures of this pixelated stuff and actually put it online. Because I was in the process of doing that when I started getting all the stuff ready for this show. And all of that kind of fell to the wayside, unfortunately. So I do have to get that together. But I mean, I've actually kind of debated. Because this series technically isn't done yet. I've got about 20 works in it right now, but I'm not done with it yet. There's still some more I want to do with it. So I've actually kind of debated not posting everything yet, like posting maybe some of the stuff like the big plane painting and all that. But I've kind of debated posting all the stuff from the Quiet Part Out Loud first, even though it's not chronological. But it doesn't matter if it's chronological or not, especially on like Instagram and stuff. But posting all the stuff from the Quiet Part Out Loud first, and then going back and posting more of the pixelated stuff afterwards. Um, it's been something that I've been kicking around that I should probably I should probably you know figure something out. But okay. So I just brought up one thing at a time. Just oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, However, like if there is a piece that anybody remembers from any of the streams that you really like and you want to see as a print, uh, y'all can just message me, and I can take a picture of it real quick, and then send it off to the printers and see how that all works. Um, yeah, that's no problem at all. So, moving on to the next little bit, there was a little bit of information in here that would have been really bad to dox myself with. So I took that out. So now we're good. Now it's just the artist bio. Um, but at least this part, this one, I remembered this thing was in it. So let me go back over to the art tour. Okay, so this is Mouse, where are you? There you are. Oh, that's right. It's because I made this screen bigger and moved it over. You know what? Sometimes I forget which screen I'm on. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Good Lord. Okay, so here is my artist bio. For those of you who may have trouble reading that, I'll just read it. TJ Brown is an acrylic and oil painter, charcoal artist, and has a tenuous grasp on himself at best. I always throw something irreverent in there. Sometimes it's that I'm a mediocre cook, that I'm an okay bowler, you know, that I'm a mediocre runner, all that kind of stuff. I always put something just a little bit irreverent in there. Currently based out of Pickering, Ontario, TJ has been practicing professionally since 2015. He enjoys exploring obscurity and ambiguity in his work, inviting conversations and discussions that are not often approached. He strives to uncover hidden and hushed aspects of the human condition and bringing them forth in his work, destabilizing common mundane spaces and making the viewer reflect on their viewpoints and question their outlooks on reality and themselves. As a toddler, TJ picked up a permanent marker and scribbled all over his parents' apartment. He's been creating ever since. Word is still out on whether he's improved since then. So, for an artist bio, because there's different schools of thought on it, I like writing my artist bios in third person. There are some people who write it in first person, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's really personal preference what you want to do. If you're writing an artist bio in the first place, you can do it in first person, in third person. I suppose you could do it in second person, but that would be a little weird. that would be pretty weird. It'd be interesting for sure. One of the best artist bios I've ever seen. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on, everybody. Just enjoy the screen for a second. I'll be right back. Yeah, I got the book. So this is the book that my artwork was published in. It's like a little zine called Wonderlit. Let me see if I can find the page that my piece was on. Oh yeah, here it is. That's from way back in the day. But there's an artist bio in here that's just But yeah, there's some that are third person, some that are first person. I find that most. Here's my artist bio from this time period. T.J. Brown is an artist who currently resides in Scarborough, because I did at the time. He works primarily in charcoal and in acrylics, taking cues from film noir and thriller films, as well as high-contrast chiaroscuro works out of the Renaissance. His recent work has reflected an interest in the tension between darkness and light, and what remains obscured from the viewer within both, examining locations that may be better left untouched. But there's an artist in here named Tara Larkin. Her artist bio is Tara can't sleep, which is just amazing. There's another artist in here named Tom Yeo. This is might be my favorite artist bio I've ever read. Tom Yeo was recently found to be structurally unstable and is scheduled for demolition. And then some people put their website or their emails in their artist bios. Now, in case you're getting confused with all of these titles, so your artist bio is about you. It's about you. You can make it as long or as short as you like. There are some artist bios that are like a page long, some that are much shorter. Mine's much shorter. That kind of talks about the work that you do, right? Like a brief overview of the work that you do. Some people put awards or their most recent show, or like I said, their email or their website in their artist bio. It's mainly about you. Now, the difference between an artist bio and an artist statement is your artist statement is kind of your overview about your artistic practice and your viewpoint of your artistic practice. And the two can kind of blend together. But overall, your artist statement is more about your artwork, your body of work, whereas your artist bio is more about you and kind of your history, like where you started practicing, when you started practicing, as you said here. Loves exposing manly forms to everyone who views. Yeah, what's going on, Ellis? But yeah, so my artist bio is kind of a blend of both, because it's in bio, and then there's a little bit of an artist statement in there as well, about my most recent work, right? But your artist statement, if it's just an artist statement, shouldn't have too much biographical content in it, such as like when you started your practice or awards that you won in your practice. That's more for your artist bio. And then you have like your artist statement about a particular body of work, which is what we're going to next. Because I'm going to bring up the artist statement for The Quiet Part Out Loud specifically. Here it is from the website. And I know that for some of you that might be hard to read, so I will read it again. This is my artist statement for The Quiet Part Out Loud that I gave to the Station Gallery to put on all of their print media for the show. Grief, a somber subject, an inescapable aspect of the human condition, or human experience. All of us will suffer loss over the course of our lives, death, heartbreak, lost opportunity, to name a few, and we will grieve. For many people, that grief does not act as a singular rogue wave which batters against us ceaselessly, and then subsides to calm seas. Rather, the waves keep coming, collapsing us when we feel we finally got our footing, serving us a reminder of its existence. Grief may become easier to cope with, but it is not always overcome. This series of works seeks to explore that side of grief, the vast, overwhelming isolation it can cause even within our daily routines. Exploring the stages of grief through the lens of memory, both the classic stages and those that are lesser known, such as crises of faith, questioning, and apathy. I aim to also explore representations of the manifestations of absence of loss, or the manifestations of absence and loss on the physical body. These works collectively aim to explore how grief presents itself and how we manage to dwell within it. Sometimes, grief is quietly tolerated rather than conquered. So, that's an artist statement about a particular set of work, right? Um, hey, Blue Bubble, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome on in. I'm just kind of going over how to do an exhibition proposal. So we've already gone over the CV, the curriculum vitae, which is basically your artist resume. Um, I've gone over creating the digital images because this particular gallery wants digital images of the work that you intend to put into the show, um, and then also like a full numbered list of the works. So right now we're just working on the artist bio, the artist statement, and the exhibition proposal. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. I'm just talking about artist statements, and I was talking about the difference between an artist bio, an artist statement, and then an artist statement about a particular set of work. So in general, if a gallery just asks for an artist statement because you're putting in one piece, right? They want a general overview of your. So actually, to really quickly recap, an artist bio is at least in part biographical, right? When your practice started, where you're from, where you practice, when you started practicing professionally, where you went to school, any awards that you've gotten. You can include all of that in your artist bio, right? And you can include some of your artistic vision in your artist bio, but there should be some biographical stuff in there. An artist statement, a general artist statement, is like this part that I read from my artist bio, um, where I enjoy exploring obscurity and ambiguity in my work, inviting conversations and discussions that are not often approached, right? That's kind of a general overview of my artistic vision, my artistic practice, right? And then, so if you're putting a piece into a juried show where it's just one or two pieces, right? They may ask for a short artist statement like that, not about that particular work, but more so about your general artistic practice, so that people who read it get a better view of who you are as an artist, because they're not really going to get the whole scope of it from seeing your one piece, your two piece, five pieces, however many pieces you're putting into the juried show or into the group show, right? But if you have a solo show or you have a substantial amount of work that's going into a show, they'll often ask for an artist statement for that particular series of works, and that's where what I just read comes in. Like the artist statement that I did particularly for The Quiet Part Out Loud, because that artist statement is about that body of work, right? And just that body of work. It's not going to apply to any other, like it doesn't apply to the tracking series at all. It doesn't apply to the Monocopsis series that I did, or the Occultatum series that I did way back. It's just about this one. So those are the three differences, basically. The main differences between an artist bio, a general artist statement, and a specialized artist statement, I guess you can call it. So now we're moving on to the part where y'all get to watch me draw a little bit and draw. I'm not really drawing anything. More so, we're going to decide where we want all this stuff to be laid out in the gallery space, because that's part of what they want with this proposal. So I'm going to move my laptop out of the way as carefully as I can. As carefully as I can. Come on now. Okay, I think we're good there. Yeah, I think it's important stuff to know too. It's stuff that I wish someone would have told me back in the day. Actually, I just realized that I'm probably pretty quiet, because I forgot I was using my computer mic. Get more slack in there. I'm just moving my computer right now. There we go. You probably hear me a little easier now. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna come down here. I'm gonna try and aim this toward the table. Okay. So now, where did that marker go? There it is. Here we have the dimension, well, not the dimensions per se, but the layout of the Thames Art Gallery. This is what their lower gallery looks like, their ground floor gallery, their main floor gallery. And basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sketching out a couple of different configurations on how we could set all of our artwork up. I'll show you some sketching that I did earlier while I was at work and I had nothing to do. Just kind of like going over like what I could do with everything. So here are our dimensions for the I'll just fold this down actually. These are the dimensions for the ground floor. So we got all these dimensions in feet and in meters because, you know, Canada can't just do imperial. So with all that, I do know that the way this is going to work the best, I think, is all of the stuff that was in Gallery C at the Station Gallery. So the 10 portraits, the 4 like 5.5 by 1 foot pieces, and the 1 portrait of me is going to go in this area here. That's all going to go in there, right? The big paintings that were in the Copa Gallery, the 6x4s and all that, are going to be going along here. And then all of the drawings will be going on this wall, here, and this wall. And maybe like one here. Maybe a couple there. But probably not. Because there's a stairwell there. But that's my thinking, right? That's how I want to split it up. So I think the easiest way to do that, we'll start with the paintings, right? So from here to here is 68 feet. So we're gonna just kind of cross this out because this area won't have any art in it because my artist statement is probably either gonna go here or here. Like either along this wall or this wall. So this space is kind of unusable, right? And they'll probably have like ads for like new shows like here, right? Which gives us this to work with. And I think the easiest way to figure out what to do with that space is going to be if there's going to be 2 walls, basically. So one coming out this way. And this isn't to scale, but just to give a visualization of it. Because it'll probably be in more, actually, now that I think about it. Or maybe not. No, we should be all right. So I'm sure you've seen like the dividing walls in galleries before. So there's going to be 2 of them here. Which will give us a painting here, a painting here, a painting here on that wall, as well as here and here. The 4x4 is going to go here, and then the 1x4s are going to go on this wall. Now, on this back wall, this is going to be the three, the big triptych that I did called Collapsing. So we're going to have a painting here, the 6x4, the 3x4, and the second 6x4. And I'm going to do this much cleaner when I actually like submit it. It's just sort of like sketching out the ideas right now, right? Okay, so that's our setup there. Because here, and actually, let me actually put the names of them. Well, at least the initials. Cut off and tuning out. So that'll be the first one. Hey, Lord, welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? You're catching us doing some sketching right now, trying to figure out where to put all of these pieces for the most recent show that I did into another gallery. But I'm doing well. How are you? This one is a congregation of one. This one here is going to be multitasking. Now here, these three is collapsing. But I hope you're having a good day. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing well. Just getting annoyed by the weather. It's getting so freaking hot. It hasn't gotten hot here yet, but I guarantee you I will definitely 100% agree with you once it starts getting hot here. Right now it's just kind of like nicely warm. Next week it's supposed to be up in the 30s, like 30 degrees Celsius, which is warm. So I'm not looking forward to that, but this one is reaching out. This one is trying to adapt. This one here is standing in place. The initials for that one is SIP. That's fun. And over here is and the world moves on. Okay. There we go. So that's that. Now, I'm going to move this down a little bit. For this space here, I already know that the portrait of me, the 4x4 portrait, is going to go on this wall. With plenty of space too, because that wall is 9 feet wide. That's 9 feet. So that'll give us some room on either side. We do use Celsius, yep. You haven't seen the sun yet, and it's nearly... Oh, wow. Well, you know what? It has been... In a lot of places, it has been very cloudy so far this spring. You're getting so sick of gray days? That's fair enough. Personally, I love the gray days, but I mean, I know that's not everyone. That's actually not a whole lot of people. I'm kind of the oddball as far as that goes. But yeah, no, I can sympathize with that. So that's going to be the portrait of me. Now, on this wall here, and don't worry, we're going to do another sheet for where the drawings are going to go, just because there's so many of them. Or no, actually, you know what? I'll just do them here. Hold on. On this wall here are going to be our 10 portraits. There we go. So that's going to be the 10 portraits. And then over here on this wall are going to be the 4 66 by 12s. So how did I lay that out? I'm going to have one up, one down. And one up. And one down. Like that. So I'll just give the titles to these because this is the portrait series. So this is actually the manifest series. This is the poem series because the 4 pieces together create a poem. The desperate error to bury sorrow in a vacuum and leave it there. And then this was that all it was? Question mark. So there we go. Now for the drawings. Now this is going to be the most difficult part of this, but I'm thinking what we're going to do for we'll come back to this in a second to kind of lay things out. But I'm guessing what we're going to do for the drawings, because the drawings again are going on this wall, like the other side of that wall, and this wall. However, I still want like a standout wall to have the No Shade in the Shadow of the Cross series, right? So what I'm thinking would be kind of cool is if there could be, so we have our 2 walls here, right, that jut out. If I could have another one here, and then No Shade in the Shadow of the Cross could go there, I think that'd be really cool. Because on top of that, I'm going to need plinths to put on the Altered series, which is the 8 drawings that were torn up, right? And just put on pillars. And I could put those in here, in between, so people have to walk around those to see this one, right? I think that would be really cool. So, the amount of space that we have on all these things, I'm guessing that these plinths are 6 feet wide, right? Or 6 feet long, or at least they can fit something that's 6 feet. I'm gonna have to call the gallery and see, because I'm not actually sure myself. But I think it'd be really cool, because we got 13 feet here, 13 feet of space here. We've got 30 feet here. So let me just write these down. Actually, 30 feet. 13 feet. Oh, I also have this room here too. Now, how long is that? I actually don't know how long that is, but I think it'll be enough room to do what I need to do. But yeah, that's 30 feet. This here, you misread the 30 feet as an upside down hoe? Hey, upside down hoes are the way you want. Nah, I'm not gonna go there. Nah. So this whole wall here is 22 feet. So if this is 9, quick maths. 13. This is another 13 feet. Okay. So, a think what we're going to do is, so we've got 30 feet to work with here. Each of these drawings is 11 inches wide. Also, these walls are fairly high, so I can also like put them as high as I want, really, to be honest. I can like put them 4 high if I want to, even 5. So maybe we'll do that, actually. But anyway, each drawing is going to be represented by a dot, right? So we've got all the different series that we talked about. There's blur, obstruction, omission. What is the name of that one? Actually, let me write these down. So we've got blur, omission, obstruction, error, and incomplete. Then we've got cycle, which is the no shade in the shadow of the cross. Oh, you should, here, I'll move this over so you can actually see what I'm writing. Then we've got distortion. Then we've got sparse. We've got the null series. Then we've got the regaining series. And then we've got altered. So we've got 11 series to work with. And here's how I think we're going to do it. So the cycle series, no shade in the shadow of the cross, is going to go on this side of the wall. But it's going to be like I said, every dot is equivalent to a drawing. So we've got the 18 there. On this wall here, I think what we're going to do, because blur is 18 as well, so that'll give us the 18 there for blur. Let me cross those out so we make sure that we've got them. And then there's 8 within the omission. And now we move over to obstruction, which will be here on this wall. It's a very narrow one. There's only 6 of them. So that should be fine. And then we go to error, which will be next. Now, there are 10 of those. How do I want to do that? Do I want to go 5 up on the wall? I'm not sure I do. I think I want to, if I can, I want to limit it to 3. So, how wide is this going to be if I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 18, 19. Where did my phone go? I need to do some more quick maths. If I want to leave like an inch of space between each piece, oh, the dots are individual drawings. Each of these drawings is 11 by 11. Yeah, each of these are 11 by 11. So like there's 18 in this series here. Whoops, I accidentally put another dot there. But there's 18 in this series here. There's 8 here, 6 here. So we're just kind of spacing them out right now. Um, I just need my calculator again, because I'm not the greatest at doing math in my head. So that's 209. If I didn't have any space in between them at all, that's 209 inches. And because there will be like the way I've got it configured in my head, there are like, this will be like 19 drawings across like the different sets, right? So inches to feet. Let me just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah. How many? 209 inches is 17 feet. Oh, we've got plenty of room. We got 30 feet to work with here. If everything was bunched up together with no space in between, it would be it would be 17 feet, like 17 and a half feet. So we got plenty of room. So what do I want to do with this in terms of how I want to configure this? Because we've got some odd numbers. Well, we'll just put this down. So that right there, these 10 are the error set. And then we've got, next up, we've got the incomplete set, which is a further 8. And then we've got no shade in the shadow of the cross. And then we've got, how many are in distortion? That's another 10. And again, this isn't to scale. I'm just kind of playing around with it. I know I've got enough room. Like, I'll have enough room on the wall. So I'm just kind of just playing with things right now. Yo, Budabot, how you doing? How you doing? Right now, I'm going through the process of doing a gallery, an exhibition proposal for another gallery. So right now, I'm just trying to figure out, this is the gallery space, trying to figure out how to break things up to have enough room for all the paintings. And right now we're doing all the drawings. Each one of these dots is representative of a painting, or of a drawing. And we already went through like the artist bio and the artist statement and all that kind of stuff. Made the image list, got all the images and all that. So now we're just doing the final stage of just kind of laying it out how it's going to look in the gallery. And it's not completely to scale, but it's sort of all of this space kind of fits in the parameters of the amount of space that we have here. Like, for instance, all of these drawings are 11 by 11, 11 inches by 11 inches. If they were all butted up against each other end to end with no space in between, it's only 17 and a half feet. So I know that I'm going to have enough room to do whatever I want with all of these groups of drawings on this 30-foot wall. So I'm not too worried about the scale. I'm just kind of trying to get down the configuration of everything. So the next series is the sparse series. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, because there's 14 of those. And then the null series, there's 12 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then on this wall, there's going to be the 6 across for the regaining series. Now, that leaves the altered series, which is the pieces that are just kind of like torn up on the pillars. And that's what I'm going to put here, in this space here, in between this wall and this artificial wall. Now, in the station gallery, there were 2 plinths, and each of them held 4 of the drawings, right? However, we can, depending on how many pillars they have, we can split it up to 4 Well, I should probably show what I'm doing. We can split it up to 4, where there's 2 on every pillar. Or if they've got enough, we could do 8 and stretch 8 across. You know, these are terrible squares, but you know, where there's 1 to each one. You know, the possibility is I'm gonna have to ask how many pillars they have before I submit this, but yeah. So I think that works. I think that works pretty well. So yeah, we have all the paintings laid out here, and then in the same space, all of the drawings. So actually, the last thing I'll do before we leave is I'll actually put all of those dots in this one. You know, so we have everything on one page. So we'll center another pillar here, or another artificial wall. And like I said, each one of these dots is going to represent one drawing, so I'll try to make this a little neater than I did before. There we go. And then there's 6 there. And then there's a 10 here. Another 8 here. Another 10 here. A whopping 14 here. 13, 14. And then 12 over here. And then 6 along this wall. And then as it stands right now, I'm going to have 2 pillars with 4 drawings on each of them. And that's a look on how I think this will work out. That's a look at how I think that'll work out. It's kind of messy, but I think everything will fit. I think everything will fit in this gallery space, and I think it'll fit comfortably. I think it'll fit well. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited with how this looks. Yeah, just to double check, because this is going to be what, 9 across? 9 times 11 is 99, and 99 inches is 8 1/4 feet, and this is a 13-foot wall. So yeah, we've got more than enough room to do what it is that we want to do. Okay, so with that, we'll move this. Yeah, I'm still using this tripod that you got me, Buddhabot. I still very much appreciate it because it makes doing this kind of stuff a lot easier. So I want to actually hold on. We got to check this off. Exhibition proposal and statement about the work is done. Okay. Yes, it is very much working out. Very much working out. All right, so there's the 4 things that we need to do. Done, basically. Like I said, I'm gonna clean this up a little, or not that one. This one here. I'm gonna clean this up a little, make it look a little nicer. What I'll do is I'll digitize this, and then actually put the actual pieces, like tiny little JPEGs of the pieces, on the layout, so that they can get a visual representation of what that'll look like. Make it all fancy and everything. But yeah, that's how a proposal kind of goes. That's how it kind of works out. Um, you know, like I said, we got uh, yeah, we got the bio done, we got the statement done, we got our CV together, we got the artist, the list of works and the names and the medium and date and dimensions. We got images of the works, and we have the layout of the gallery. Um, so that's kind of what goes into a proposal generally. Now, every proposal is going to be a little bit different. Every artist grant that you apply for is going to be a little bit different. It depends on the gallery, it depends on the grant. Uh, but generally, that's kind of what goes into it. So if any of you are ever interested in doing that, now you've kind of got to look at how that works. So with that, I think it's time to go find somebody to raid. First, though, thank you very much to L once again for the raid. Very much appreciated. Thank you for always bringing your community in here. It's always great to see y'all. And going along with that, Rain, thank you very much for the glug glug and for the karaoke to kick things off. Before I was even on camera redeeming that. So thank you very much for that. Now let's go back to Twitch and see who's doing what. Is there anyone doing any art stuff? If not, I suppose we'll just have to watch some games, but there's no one doing art, and I don't really, in case anybody wants to avoid any spoilers, there's a lot of people doing Tears of the Kingdom right now. But you know what, we're gonna go say hi to Nat, because Nat is doing some tarot card reading and just chatting. And if I had a guess, might be playing some Planet Zoo later. But Nat's a friend of the channel, so always a good time hanging out with Nat. So let's go say hi to Nat. Let me get my mouse together here. Raid. Not again. There we go. Intended for mature audiences, everybody. So watch yourselves. Watch yourselves. Oh, it looks like Nat's doing some drawing. So hey, there we go. There we go. Beautiful. So once again, everybody, thank you very much for coming in. Really appreciate seeing all y'all. Next time you'll see me is Sunday morning. Probably 10 a.m. We're going to be playing some more Celeste. We're going to be traipsing around Farewell, trying to finish things out. I mean, we're not even halfway through it, so I don't know about finishing things out, but we're going to have some fun. Yeah. Hopefully y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. Hopefully you have a wonderful weekend, and we will catch you on the next one. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Really do appreciate all y'all, and we'll catch you next time. All right. Bye. Wait, where's my... There it is. All right. Bye, everybody.